Donald Trump, of course, will not be taking the stand at his criminal trial. That is officially confirmed now that the defense has rested their case. Donald Trump had previously stated on multiple occasions that he would testify at his criminal trial. The moment he said that, we at the MeidasTouch Network said that is 100% false. This is what he says at every one of his trials. He's too scared. He's too weak to testify. He'll attack others who take the stand, but Trump is too big of a coward to ever testify. We just said we'll have to wait for the official word from Trump that he's not going to be testifying, that he will invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. We can confirm that that has now officially taken place. The defense has rested after calling Robert Costello, the MAGA lawyer who tried to wiggle his way in to represent Michael Cohen in 2018 in order to help Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani shut down Michael Cohen from telling the truth. What a disastrous witness to leave on. As a result of the long Memorial Day weekend, summations will now take place next week starting on Tuesday. And we will likely have a verdict next week, but Donald Trump invoking his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, not testifying. Remember when Donald Trump stated that only the mafia and mobsters invoke the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination? Well, if you didn't, let me play you this clip of Donald Trump previously saying that. Play the clip.
Here's people taking the Fifth Amendment. 4 people plus the guy who illegally did the server. You know, he put in the illegal server. So there are 5 people taking the Fifth Amendment, like you see on the mob, right? You see the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
And here is Donald Trump stating that he was going to testify at this criminal trial. Play the clip.
Testify. Is it risky for you to testify? I'm testifying. I tell the truth. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth.
Yes.
You plan to testify in your trial in New York? Yeah, I would testify, absolutely. It's a scam.
Here's another clip of Donald Trump saying that he would testify at his criminal trial. Play this clip.
Is it risky for you to testify? I'm testifying. I tell the truth. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth. And the truth is that there's no case. They have no case. And again, you have to read the scholars, read all of the legal scholars. I haven't seen one legal scholar that said this is the case.
And even as recently as yesterday, you had Alina Habba saying that Donald Trump was going to testify or wanted to testify at this criminal trial, which we told you is just more garbage by this Kim Jong-un style propaganda bunch right here that is MAGA. Play this clip.
As far as where this all goes next, what would be in the thought process to testify or not testify on the part of the former president?
Well, he's got to listen to his attorneys. It's not as much what he wants to do. We know he wants to testify. He is willing. He is able. He is nothing to hide at all. He's absolutely ready to tell the truth. Frankly, I think the truth is already spoken. He was in the White House while somebody in accounting booked a legal fee payment as a legal expense. It's pretty quick, and it would be a pretty short testimony as far as the questions that would need to be asked, because he had no part in this. The reality of the situation is that we have this judge, we have this court, and we have a DA who has been politically motivated since the minute he decided to run for office. Remember, this was not brought twice, not by Cy Vance and not by Bragg. The only time he decided to bring this case was after President Trump announced that he would be running for re-election. So the real question is one that would be discussed within the legal team, and of course we'll discuss with our client.
And you may recall that during the various rallies, these propaganda traveling fascist circus things that Trump calls rallies, where he has his right-wing propaganda media out there, they all say that we're so grateful that Donald Trump's going to testify. He's going to set the record straight. Remember, they all say that during these events that he has. Here's just, I could show you 25 examples like this. I'm not. I'll just show you one of them where they say, Trump's testifying, Trump's testifying. They never tell their viewers when he chickens out and he doesn't testify because he's too weak and he knows how harmful it will be if he testifies. He knows he won't be able to actually withstand under oath testimony. But here's one example of that from a few weeks back when Donald Trump said he's absolutely testifying. Here, play this clip.
One thing I am glad about, as he was leaving court the other day, he said, yes, I will testify. Now, most defense attorneys would say, no, 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 no. But in this case, Brian, it's the right thing to do, and I'll tell you why. Because everything is stacked against him. The judge, the jurors, he will never get a fair trial. This is their only chance at a true conviction. The man wants to get up there, look those jurors in the eyes, and fight. That's what he does. And he's not going to go quietly, and he shouldn't. He's going to get up there, say what he has to say, fight till his very last breath. But that is the right thing to do because he is being...
And of course, this fits the pattern of what Donald Trump always does. You go through any of these ones. Remember when during the E. Jean Carroll trial where he fled to Scotland and Ireland, and then he said that he's going to go back and confront E. Jean Carroll. And then the federal judge said, so is he coming back here? Because he's saying he's going to come back and... I know y'all rested, but I'm happy to extend these proceedings. If he's going to come back on Monday, let him testify. Remember Joe Tacopina at the time, Trump's lawyer said, yeah, no, you know I have issues with my client. You know what I'm dealing with here. You know what I'm dealing with here, Judge. Here, play this clip of Trump saying that in Ireland.
I have to leave Ireland and I have to leave Scotland, where I have great properties. I have to leave early. I don't have to, but I choose to.
Will you attend the trial, Mr. President?
I'll probably attend, and I think it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that it's allowed to happen. It's called false accusations against a rich guy, or in my case, against a famous, rich, and political person that's leading the polls by 40 points. And I have to go back for a woman that made a false accusation about me, and I have a judge who's extremely hostile. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to confront this one. This woman is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen in our country.
And by the way, see you later, Joe Tacopina. Where did Joe Tacopina go? I know he left. He said that he's searched his moral consciousness, or his moral compass told him that he can no longer represent Donald Trump anymore. Tacopina, remember, was the lawyer on this criminal case, and then said that he can no longer represent Donald Trump because his moral compass, remember, that was several months back before this trial started. That's what Tacopina said. Here, let me show you this clip. Here, play it.
Why would you leave the team?
By the way, it's the first and only interview, Reverend, that I'll be doing on this topic. Okay, you're someone obviously very special to me and someone I have a relationship with, and you know I'm going to discuss it once and only once to the degree I can. I left the team because it was just my time. I had to follow my compass, and my compass told me it was my time there was done. There are a lot of personal reasons that went into that, things that I can and won't discuss. I also have A$AP Rocky's trial coming up this year, which is going to take most of my year. The attention that's going to be put into that case, there's a lot riding on that for that young man, his wife, and his family. But there are personal reasons. And you know, as much as I'd love to discuss them, I just can't, because while I see many lawyers, ex-lawyers of the president, go on television once they're removed from the team or leave the team and discuss him and his legal team and have something to say and criticize everyone around, it's not professional. It's petty ante. It shows a lack of confidence in oneself when you go out there and do that. There's also a fiduciary obligation. So regardless of how I feel personally, I have to stay close to the vest when it comes to the exact personal reasons. Reverend, you and I are very close. We can always talk about that. But I just don't want to be like the lawyers who do things that, in my opinion, make them look very bad and violate what an attorney's privileges mean to a client, whether you are with the client or no longer with the client, whether you like the client or don't like the client. But I just had to follow my compass, and it was my time.
No, well.
And then there's a ton of other clips where, like, Alina Habba said that Donald Trump would testify, and then he doesn't. Here's Alina Habba saying that Trump would testify before the January 6th committee. Play this clip.
He's got a couple options here. He can ignore the subpoena and maybe run into a Bannon world, or he can go and plead the fifth, or he can go and testify. Any idea what you think he's going to do, and what would you recommend?
I would recommend that he cooperate, because when you have nothing to hide, that's what I always recommend. The same reason that he always comes out and speaks on any of my cases. He has no issue being deposed, even though the left-wing media would like to pretend that he does. He has no issue being subpoenaed and answering questions about what happened that day, and he shouldn't. What he did was very public, and it was really nothing other than to say to go out peacefully, as we know.
Here's Haba saying that Donald Trump would testify in the New York Attorney General's civil fraud case. Play this clip.
He is so firmly against what is happening in this court and so firmly for the old America that we know, not this America, that he will take that stand on Monday. He will open himself up to whatever they want because he's not afraid. People that are afraid cower. President Trump doesn't cower. We'll be back on Monday.
But no testimony from Donald Trump at all, because he is a pathetic coward. He really is. It's why I say, too, when Donald Trump claims that he's going to debate on CNN and ABC, he's not going to debate. He's already coming up with excuses, saying that he's got to drug test President Biden. It's so easy to predict these things from him because he just does the same. He has like 3 moves and he does them over and over again. Here he is saying that he needs to test President Biden. Here, play this clip.
No, I have fake Tapper as they said, I just want to debate this guy, but and I'm going to demand a drug test too, by the way. I am. No, I really am. I don't want him coming in like the State of the Union. He was high as a kite. I said, is that Joe up there? A beautiful robe? And by the end of the evening, he's like, well, he was exhausted, right? Now, we're going to demand a drug test. But
and this is what he says on the weekend. Drug test. Who's going to be drug tested? Here's another one of these clips.
Can't find his way off a stage. Can't put 2 sentences together. Although he has agreed to debate. So I don't know. Maybe they know something. He's going to be so jacked up for those debates. You watch.
So, folks, the defense has rested. Robert Costello was a complete disaster for them. Basically confirmed everything the prosecution was trying to prove. Prosecution showed all these emails of Costello speaking like, we need to set up back channels to help Donald Trump, to help our friends, and to help them shut down Cohen. Cohen's being an a-hole, while he claims he was trying to help Cohen. So that's where we are right now. We'll keep you posted as always every step of the way. But summation next week: Trump not testifying. Trump's an utter coward. It's this. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million. Have a good day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.